Hi guys, we're gonna go and dig a little bit into the settings of Niri. It's not that hard in the sense that it took me 90 minutes to get a workable Niri. 90 minutes, so that's cool, but of course then everything else has to happen as well. Applications, choices, design, all that. ArcoLinux, ArcoNet, ArcoPro, ArcoPlasma, Arco install. All these ISOs can install Niri. There's the ATT, there's the ArcoLinux desktop treasure. So a lot of things need to be changed. And one of the things extra, remember, this one is information. This is about Linux, this is about desktops, building, Carly. So basically desktops, the D stands for anything we've done in the past, XFCE. All the desktops are common for people. Tiling window manager, less common. Desktops, and here we have Niri. So a small introduction here about Niri. Read, listen. And here is the Bible, right? When developing this, 90 minutes, yes, but you have to read the wiki. Figure out how everything works. There's a matrix room. I should actually go in there. I'm not in there yet, but I read this thing, right? Just check it out, what's in there, and I've made my choices. On ArcoLinux, we provide you with a config, but it needs to become your config, and that's up to you to see whether you like the way we've done things, and gradually comment out a line, add an extra line, and suddenly it becomes your thing, right? That's the point for i3, Monad, any of the, well, desktops that we have. So, details. Questions, remarks, sure, welcome on Discord, but if it's something that's not for us, we'll point you to the GitHub from Niri, right? The developer has better knowledge than us about this particular desktop that we are showing now. Any of our desktops you're required to read. If you don't want to spend time reading code, then it's probably not your thing, right? Tiling window managers, forget about it. But if you say, okay, maybe, why not? Let's try this. Let's press Super Shift Enter and then add the .config here. And let's add Niri here. And then already have enough. With a Super Shift D, I have already Sublime Text, don't need to install it. I'm just, booting up. I'm grabbing Niri and I drop it into Sublime Text. Boom. You need to read, right? All of this, and I see I still need to remove something here. This is where I started with, right? This needs to go, Wayfire ini. So the 90 minutes is because of the fact that I have already developed Hyperland, I have already Wayfire, and I started with some, there's some resemblance, but it's not, right? Not 100%, surely it is not. This is the config KDL. This is the config. That's the one for Azerty guys, so Belgian guys, and this is the QWERTY or US. Right, layout US. Now, first off, Sublime Text is my choice. Code could be yours, and so many others. But let me show you how I can go from plain text to KDL. KDL is what I need to actually work. If you're serious about the code, then you need to go in here and say, let's go for install package control. Enter. Wait for it. Then we go for KDE. Voila. So let's do that again. Otherwise, so command palette, package control, install package, and then you get this choice, KDL. Syntax highlighting for Sublime Text, double click, it's installed. Now see the magic, right? I've only used this one, but there are three versions basically. I've used only that one until now, and this is for me readable, right? This is readable. So if there's an input and there's a keyboard, an XKB, then a layout, and there is US, Russian here, and there is tab, touchpad, mouse, track point, and some things I could change. So basically, I read them all. Is that much? 600 lines, and the 600 lines are mainly also because of the fact that we have so many key bindings, right? All the key bindings that are in BSPWM, in Chat DWM, in BSPWM, Awesome, they're all here. All the normal key bindings, also for variety, give me the next wallpaper, they're all here. Log me out, ArcoLinux log out, our way to log out. The full menu, the Super D thing, right? It's all here. So you need to go over every single thing that's written here, and we've decided to boot up with a file, startup file, and we've also want Xwayland Satellite, which is a package that should be installed. So sudo pacman -r Xwayland is installed for Discord, for example, to be able to launch it. So this is certainly the important one is this one, and if we are on an Azerty, we have a small little thing, give me QWERTY US or give me Azerty Niri. So the BE Niri is the one I need. What's going to happen? It's going to happen that this thing just changed. It just became Belgian. For me, this is, of course, obviously more interesting to use a layout from Belgium. But the rest is still the same. We have an output here that we may need to remove that. Doesn't seem to give us any issues in a single monitor. But basically, this is code from my dual screen setup. So preferably we should put this in a nice, and this is the way to do it, a nice way of saying no, not that one, right? I'll just post the new code like this later on and save again. So this is where you need to go. WoFit is the way how to show these commands, the Super D thing. That's a WOFI, and there is a WOFI transparent, a full small one, a full one, a big one, not transparent, not transparent, and there are the way bars. So as you see, if you recognize, if you've done Hyperland and Wayfire, you see that there are the similar things here. These folders are all about this guy. The thing I've done is make it a little bit blue, right? So we know we're on something else. If we boot up, this is no longer Hyperland. There's no longer. This is Niri because of the design. But we can go and in here and say, okay, let's take this one, or take that one, or take that one, or take that one, that one, that one, that one. Wait for it. There is CSS to choose all kinds of designs. Just take one of them. And there's the pie wall. And back to default. Cancel. And Super Q, Shift Q, it all works. So have a look at all the code that's available. You can go change things in here as well. And waybar in the style CSS. If you like different colors, go change the color. Another hint is actually color hint. Color hint. With an S. Oops, that was wrong. Let's do that again. Let's install the package color hints. No? Oh, it's already installed. Yep, he found it. Right, there you go. So now we know the light is out, everything is 0, so black. All the rest, we don't know, right? We can only guess. And you can change the colors. I went for a blue kind of look, but if something bugs you, you just go and change it. Color hint. So macro is here, change is here, some background wallpapers are here, but basically it's up to you to go and have a look. What can this do for me? How do I want to do it? Do I want 0-9 proportion? So this is 90%, this is 10%. So what if I take 8%? Will that change everything? Yes, it will change it in proportion. So let's see, it shows immediately that this is 80 and 90 was somewhere here. So if I open something else, it's gonna go like this, and I click here, click there, and off we go. But you can also do a super arrow to the left, super arrow to the right, and even up and down. So in the beginning, the early hours of Niri, I had no clue that I could also go down. So this is left to right, but I can do a super page down, page up. So I have one line of, well, windows next to each other, super enter, super arrow here, okay, but I can do a super page down, put here my Firefox, and do a super arrow. No, super arrow up doesn't exist. That exists. You need to read, as well as I need to read again what was the config, and the config is in here, right? The Niri file here. Let's go super page down and launch Sublime Text and read. So the key bindings that we're trying to find all are, no, not that one, blah blah, yeah, sure, it's all here, right? So have a look at all the code that's down here, focus on the column width, column down, move this, move that there. So a lot of key combos that are available. I did not touch those. Mods will scroll down, same thing, you can scroll like this. Yeah, so it's still not in my fingers, and that's typically a tiling window manager. You need to, after a while, you don't think about the keyboard key bindings anymore. You just do it, right? You just feel that I should scroll up super, scroll up, down. Also to the left and the right, so the mouse, if you have a mouse that moves to the right, you can actually do that as well. So, but then again, right, the message is clear, the video is 12 minutes, this is what you need to read, and just go change if you don't like what you see. And the sound works, well, I've changed some things in here. Where was the sound? Up here somewhere. There was a default sound in here, and I've changed it, so I kept the default. This is the default. And I've changed it to something that works for Spotify anyway, so that's tested. So you can raise the volume, down, toggle, etc., play and pause, stuff like that. We launch all our applications that we like and love, and etc., right? So have a look. And it's certainly interesting to do this in a virtual machine. As you know, this is a virtual machine, but it doesn't feel like one, right? It's super fast. And voila. The only thing to remember, if you want to try it out on a virtual machine, you can launch ATT, right, the ArcoLinux Tweak tool, and install Niri. But remember in the virtual machine to make sure that the display is set to enable 3D acceleration and VM-SVGA. That seems to work just fine. All right, enjoy Niri.